Hi everyone, I'm Shapiro and this is your step 5 highlight video. Be the person you would like to be with. We had a whole bunch of amazing speakers again on this step, including myself, Jerry Norris, Gina Hardy, Orna and Matthew Walters, Ryan Eliason and Mally Apple and Joe Dunn. You know, I asked Cherry Norris, what are a couple of steps that our listeners can take to start to take on the qualities and they can attract in another? And she was really saying that, you know, for example, if we want someone to tell us how beautiful we are, we really have to find that beauty within ourselves and really nurture that beauty and know that we are beautiful ourselves. You know, on what's the difference on being love and going out to search for love, she was really talking about, you know, going out to search for love is a very masculine quality, whereas being love is when you're in your body, you're being present, open, available and receptive to what's being presented and then listening to and responding to that. You know, she really believes that it's actually better for a man to initiate the conversation for a woman, and that this really sets up a dynamic where a man needs to try, rather than if a woman sets that up, a man doesn't need to try that hard. That's what she really taught us, and that's what she believes. You know, how do you know if a man is interested? And she taught us about the 6-second rule that she suggests, to get into a man's eye line for 6 seconds and see if he approaches without approaching him, and just smile. And she says that, you know, he's very likely to approach within 6 seconds. And when he then approaches her, just to let him do his thing, be a queen, and just see if you're entertained, see if you like what he has to say. That's all you have to do. Again, she said that you'll know if he's romantically interested within just 15 minutes. You can read lots more about Cherry's ideas in our workbook this week. Gina Hardy, she taught us that it's all about the energy that we're putting out, you know, that if we want the qualities that we want in another person, then we have to put out the energy of those qualities. We have to embody those qualities on a very deep level. She taught us never to mould ourselves to fit somebody's idea or our idea of what we think that person wants. We should never mould ourselves to that. We should always be ourselves. And she taught us about how to be ourselves and how to go about that. And that, you know, so many people are fixated on the idea of going out to search for love without realizing that love starts within yourself, right? Love's not something to obtain from someone. And she also had a whole list of, you know, what makes up the elements of conscious relationship. I really encourage you to check that out. Orna and Matthew Walters, you know, they wanted to talk about that, you know, our intimate relationships are a from what's going on within ourselves. Right, and if we want a nourishing, supportive, caring relationship from someone else, and we really have to start giving those things to ourselves. You know, they said that, you know, we're taught that love, romantic relationship is just supposed to happen, and yet, you know, it doesn't, right? It doesn't just happen. That's the reality. And it's really about having a shift in perception. You know, when we allow ourselves to step into a commitment to really take the best care of ourselves, that we're going to really take a stand for ourselves, then life starts to align with that commitment that we've made. And, you know, how can you expect a commitment from another person if you're not able or willing to give that commitment to yourself? They taught us that a true partnership is where you come together to grow and to heal, and where you make a commitment to each other's growth. That's what a true soul partnership is. And that, you know, firstly, to have that, we need to let go of the past. You know, we really need to become conscious of the language that we're using. right? I don't want someone who cheats. If we're using that kind of negative language, then we're likely to reinforce the same experiences, keep attracting the same experiences. So we really need to start coming from a more wholesome, positive place to create what it is that we really want. Okay, let's go to Riley Lyson. Riley Lyson told us all about how to create a compelling vision of love, how to really start living that vision, how to work towards that vision of love, and that we need to start doing that right now. And he took us through some step-by-step process of transforming our deep beliefs about ourselves. You know, he taught us about the difference between being love and going out to search for it, and there's so many myths attached to that. And that we can, rather than being led by pain, by the pain of the past, we can be pulled forward by inspiration, by creating a compelling vision for love. Mally Apple and Joe Dunn, again, you know, they talk about creating our soulmate experience as opposed to running out to try and find love. And there's a big difference in that. When we're talking about searching for something, we're coming from a place of lack. And really we want to be coming from a place of fullness and overflow. And that's the way that we're going to attract somebody in. You know, they taught us about approaching life with a spirit of discovery, being open to new things, even if they feel uncomfortable. Be open to see the world through other people's eyes and shift your perspective. You know, when we're in challenging situations, ask yourself, what is there here to discover? This way of being of curiosity and openness and discovery, right, is really going to make us magnetic. And they really taught us all about the importance of healing our resentments. If we don't heal our resentments, we're going to go into a new relationship with expectations and try to force somebody, you know, to do what we want, as opposed to giving them the freedom to give us what we want and what we need. And in that way, we're going to cause resentment all over again. So it's really important to heal our past resentments so that we don't repeat the same dynamics in our next relationship. These are just some of the highlights of our amazing speakers from Step 5, Be the Person You Would Like to Be With. Thank you so much, everyone. I look forward to being with you for Step 6, Start Living Your Vision of Love right now. Lots of love, everyone. Bye-bye.